Emma was studying alone in her apartment when she received a voice note from her best friend, Sophie. The strange part? Sophie had died in a car accident 3 days earlier. Emma thought it was some kind of sick joke. With shaking hands, she pressed play. Static filled the speaker. Then Sophie's voice appeared. "Emma, don't go to sleep tonight." Emma immediately dropped her phone. She checked the sender. It was definitely Sophie's number. Heart racing, she locked all the doors and stayed awake. Hours passed. Nothing happened. At 3:17 a.m., another voice note arrived. This one was shorter. "He's inside." Emma called the police. They searched the apartment. Nothing. No signs of entry. The officers eventually left. Emma felt relieved. Maybe it was just a prank. Then she received one final voice note. She pressed play. Sophie's voice sounded terrified. "Emma, he's not in the apartment." Emma frowned. Then where is he? He's standing behind the police officer. The message ended. At that exact moment, Emma remembered something. The police had already left 10 minutes ago. So if the voice note was telling the truth, who was still standing in her living room? Have you ever ignored a phone call and later wished you hadn't? A university student named Ethan was awake at exactly 3:03 a.m. when his phone rang. Unknown number. He declined it. A few seconds later, it rang again. Same number. Annoyed, he switched his phone to silent and went back to watching videos. Then a text message appeared. "Answer me. It's important." Ethan laughed. Probably a prank. 5 minutes later, another message arrived. This one made him freeze. "I'm standing outside your apartment." Ethan immediately looked out the window. Nobody. The street was completely empty. His heart slowed down. Someone was clearly messing with him. Then another text came in. "Don't look outside." Ethan frowned. "I just did." The reply came instantly. "I know." Now he felt uncomfortable. He locked his apartment door and tried to sleep. At 3:27 a.m., the phone rang again. This time, he answered. There was no voice, just heavy breathing. Then a whisper. "Check your front door." The call ended. Terrified, Ethan slowly walked to the door. Taped to it was a photograph. A photo of him, standing at the window, taken less than 10 minutes earlier. His hands started shaking. Then his phone vibrated one last time. A final message appeared. "Now look behind you." And that's when Ethan realized the message wasn't coming from outside the apartment.
On a rainy night in London, a delivery rider named Adam was about to finish his shift. Only one order left. Drop-off location? An apartment building that didn't exist on Google Maps. Still, he accepted it. As he arrived, the app glitched and changed the instruction. Do not enter. Leave package outside. Adam frowned, but placed the food at the door. Then his phone rang. Unknown number. He ignored it. Immediately, the delivery app updated. You just made a mistake. Adam laughed nervously and turned back to his bike. But his helmet mic turned
on by itself. A voice whispered, "Pick it back up." He froze. Late one evening, a businessman named Ryan checked into a small hotel outside London. The receptionist handed him a key and said, "Whatever you do, don't open room 217. Ryan laughed and went to his room. That night, curiosity got the better of him. He walked down the hallway and stopped outside room 217. The door was locked, but from inside, he could hear someone crying. A woman. The next night, he heard the crying again. This time, he looked through the keyhole. All he could see was a woman sitting on a bed. Her skin looked unusually pale. Ryan felt uncomfortable and returned to his room. On the third night, the crying became louder. Unable to resist, he looked through the keyhole again. But this time, everything was red. Completely red. The next morning, Ryan asked the receptionist, "Who is in room 217? The receptionist went silent. Then she said, "Many years ago, a woman was murdered in that room." Ryan's face turned pale. "But why was everything red when I looked through the keyhole last night?" The receptionist stared at him and whispered, "Because she has completely red eyes, and she was looking back at you."